Probably didn't even hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of the Cheap Beer Fantasy Football League Private Week Forecast Evening Talk Show. As always, I'm back, baby. I am your host, the Commish. Lots happened to talk to you guys last. Eagles won the Super Bowl, in case you forgot. Bengals already lost their quarterback. Unbelievable. Season's over. But the world goes on. We go on. This is Season 3, Episode 1. Really, it's just for us. I mean, we're getting kind of big. Last video, I think we had 11 views. But really, I just do this for you guys. You know that. I love you. We don't have much time. We're getting a late start. I had to pick up meat. On my way to the studio. You'll notice we're not coming to you live from Center Street Studios in beautiful Bellevue, Kentucky. We're coming to you live from Wildcat Studio in decent Walton, Kentucky. More on why that is the case later when I get to my very special, very handicapped, physically, not mentally, guest. Let's start with week 1. I know we're going into week 3. I couldn't do an episode last week because I became an uncle. I have a niece now. A lot's changed, but I'm still the same guy coming to you live on YouTube. More on that later as well. Let's recap week 1. Let's start with week 1. As always, I'm going to review the games. I'm going to start with the biggest blowout, work my way down to the closest nail biter. We didn't really have any nail biters. No spoiler alerts, though. I'll get to that later. Week 1, the biggest blowout, that was myself, of course. I destroyed Nate Dogg, clapped his cheeks. A score of 133.9 to 88.82. Sorry, 89.82. This is live. No redos. The margin of victory for me was 44.08 points. Great start to my year. Bad start to Nate. Moving on. Jordy beat Braden. A score of 117.26 to 84.92. That's pathetic, Braden. How many years are you going to have Justin Jefferson and you still suck? Get with it, Braden. That's a margin of victory of 32.34 points. Moving on. Donuts, Dilly Donuts. Strong showing from you, Donuts, week 1. Donuts put up 112.26 points. Beat Meat. Yes, that's correct. Donuts beat Meat. We all knew it. This confirms it. Meat put up 81.38 points. Margin of victory of 30.88 points. Moving on. Nail, good showing this week. More on Nail week 2 later in the program. Nail, 134.38 points. Good job, Nail. Enjoy it while it lasts. Beats Corey, 104.38. Corey, decent score. Not enough to beat Nate. Not neat. Nail. Again, live television, no redos. That's a margin of victory. Clean, even, 30.0 points. Moving on. Z-Pat scores. Hear me out here. Z-Pat won. Z-Pat scored 89.64 points. Still able to find a way to win. He beat the Bode man, who put up a very measly, unimpressive, quite pathetic, 67.32 points. Margin of victory of 22.32 points. That was week 1. Let's give some real quick week 1 awards. That's a good beer. Or week 1, bingo, bango, top dog. That would be Nail. Nail, enjoy it while it lasts. More on that later. Nobody hit the 150 Insta top dog mark. Actually, I'm looking at this right now. Still no one's hit it. We're 2 weeks in. No one's Insta top dog. But congrats to you, Nail. You were the week 1 bingo, bango, top dog. Started the season on a very high note. But one man starts on a high note. One man must start on a low note. The week 1 certified, bona fide dumbass of the week, that was Bode Man. Bode Man, on one ankle, scored about half as many points as maybe he should have and could have with 2 good ankles. Bode Man, congrats. You are our week 1 certified, bona fide dumbass. But you're not alone, Bode. Nate Dogg, Z-Pat, Braden, and Meat also qualified for the Insta under 90 points, Insta dumbass. So half of our league was a dumbass in week 1. Moving on. Our week 1 son of a bench award belongs to Moose. Moose, you left Javonte Williams on the bench, who put up 19.4 points. But the weird thing about our league is the points don't count if they're on your bench. I forgot to clarify that before the season started. That's how it always has been, how it always will be. Moose, maybe this week you think about starting him. Moving on. Week 2 recap. More numbers coming your way. Buckle up. Hold on to your socks. That's a damn good beer. As a game, we're going to start with our biggest blowout of week 2. Jordy, a score of 117.02. He beat Neil. Listen to me here, folks. Neil scored 47.18 points. 47.18 points. A margin of victory over 20 points more than Neil's entire score. Margin of victory of 69.84 points. Jordy was led by Malik Neighbors, 36.2 points. Neil was led by Travis Etienne Jr., 15.9 points. So Neil scored 47.18. Travis Etienne scored 15.9. That leaves roughly 32 points for the rest of his guys. Horrific coaching from you, Neil. Moving on. Z-Pat. Z-Pat scored 122.94 points. Beat Braden. Braden 0-2, despite the fact he has Justin Jefferson in round, 14? 15? Get with it, Braden. Braden, 89.10 points. That's a margin of victory of 33.84 points for Z-Pat. Z-Pat led by Devon H.M., 22.2 points. Braden led by Jahmyr Gibbs, 17.9 points. Going to need more from him. He was a top pick. Going to need more. You're going to get at least 20. Get it together. Moving on. Donuts. Donuts scored 119.7. Beat Bodeman. Bodeman scored 86.84. That's a margin of victory of 32.86 points for Donuts. Donuts led by his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 26.3 points. Bodeman led by Bijan Robinson. More on him later. Bijan Robinson, 21.3 points for the Bodeman. Moving on. I myself, Tanner Kamish. I scored 148.58 points. So close to insta-top dog. So close, no cigar. 148.58 for myself. I beat Corey, 127.84. Good effort from you, Corey. Just not enough to beat me. You had none. It just wasn't enough. Uncle Douche, 127.84. Margin of victory for myself, 20.74 points. I was led by James Cook, 29 points. Good showing from the young man. Corey, led by Tucker Kraft. Heard he got hurt in practice today, Corey. Sucks to be you. Tucker Kraft last week scored 24.4 points. This week, I would take the under on that. Moving on. Nate. And folks, this has been our closest game in the first 2 weeks. This is our thinnest margin of victory, and yet still it was kind of a blowout. Nate scores 143.10 points. Good showing from you, Nate. By the way, Nate's in France. Bonjour, Nate. Hope you're watching. Meat scored 125.5. Good score out of you, Meat, but not enough. That's a margin of victory of 17.6. Again, 17. Oh, my God. My computer's updating. Are we still live? We're still live. That's a margin of victory of 17.6 points. Our closest game so far still wasn't even that close. Nate, led by Amon-Ra St. Brown, 37.7 points. That's a lot of points. Meat, led by Jamar Chase, 32.5 points. That's also a lot of points. Wide receiver heavy game. Meat, not enough to beat Nate. Moving on. Week 2, Bingo Bango Top Dog Award. That, of course, belongs to myself. Great score from me. Week 2, certified, bona fide, pathetic, abysmal dumbass belongs to Neil. I mean, 47.18 points. I didn't do the research today. I had to, unfortunately, work a little bit. Oh, Nate's back in the States. Well, howsy doozy, Nate. Welcome back. Hope you like France. What is French food?
Baguette.
Hope you had a nice baguette or croissant.
Fries.
Or some fries. Some wine. Where was I? Oh, that's right. Neil. Just a horrific showing from Neil. 47.18 points. It's absolutely pathetic. You deserved the certified bona fide dumbass, and you got it. You weren't alone, though, because Braden and Bodeman, they also qualified for the under 90 Insta dumbass. So good job to you guys for being huge, huge dumbasses. Week 2, Son of a Bench Award. Also Moose. Again with Moose. He just can't coach his team. He's leaving guys on the bench scoring points. Put him in the ball game, Moose. Moose, he left Kenny Walker III on his bench. Put up 21.3 points. Again, I can't stress this enough. They did not count. Moving on. This segment is brought to us by our good friends over at Keystone. I'm actually going to ask my guest tonight, Bodie, would you like to crack a Keystone with me in honor of this next segment?
Yes, sir.
Cheers to you, my friend. That's a damn good beer.
Ice cold.
All right, Bodie. Thank you. I'll bring it back in just a sec. Our power rankings after the first 2 weeks. Now, I usually mention the playoff bracket. I'm not going to do that. It's too early to start talking playoffs. Too early to start talking playoffs. So I'm just going to do the power rankings. Number 1 on the power rankings, Donuts. Dilly Donuts, referred to as the guru for many years. Still hasn't won a championship, Donuts. Maybe it's your year, but I doubt it because I think it's mine. Donuts, number 1 in the power rankings currently. Myself, Kamish, Tanner, I am number 2 in the power rankings. And they say first is the worst, second is the best, so I'm the best. Number 3 in the power rankings, that would be Jordy, our reigning champion. Everyone wants to knock Jordy down a peg, but he is sitting at 3, not a bad spot. Number 4, Nate Dogg, our fellow Frenchman, back in the States. Welcome again, Nate. Nate is sitting at 4. Number 5, that would be Moose. Number 6, despite his horrific week 2, somehow Nail is still sitting at number 6. Braden at number 7. Uncle Douche is sitting at 8. The Bodeman is 9, which means there's only one spot left. I've only not said one name. That would be our handsomest friend. We can all agree on that. Meat. So, Meat, best of luck to you. This year, this is actually very big news. We have a sponsor. I know I always pretend as though Keystone is our sponsor, but I reached out to a couple companies and we were able to get a legitimate sponsor. All we need is 10,000 views on one of these episodes. So we've only got like 9,997 more views, and we'll start getting paid from this. Until then, they are going to be free ad reads, but maybe if word spreads, we'll start getting paid. So this year, all year, the standings are going to be brought to us by our friends at PenIsland.com. Are you tired of boring pens that run out of ink halfway through your notes? Are you tired of boring pens that run out of ink halfway through your notes? Step up your writing game with PenIsland.com, your ultimate online destination for high-quality pens. Whether you're signing important documents, signing autographs, journaling your thoughts, or sketching your next masterpiece, PenIsland.com has the perfect pen for every occasion. From sleek fountain pens to smooth gel writers, they've got it all shipped right to your door. And right now, listeners of this podcast, the Cheap Beer, Fantasy Football League, Private Week Future Forecast Eating Talk Show, listeners get 10% off their first order when you use code FANTASYFOOTBALL10 at checkout. So stop settling for cheap pens that skip and smear. Visit Pen Island, that's P-E-N as in pen, I-S-L-A-N-D as in island.com today and make your writing a pleasure. Thank you, our friends over at PenIsland.com. All right, the standings after 2 weeks in the Keystone Division. That's a good beer. Number 1, Dilly Donuts, record of 2-0. Chance to make the playoffs. Chance to make the playoffs is 83%. Our studio audience is lacking on the playoffs. They're still getting into the season, I suppose. Number 2 in the Keystone, that would be Moose, also 2-0. 63% chance to make the playoffs.
He's not.
Third, that would be Nate, our Frenchman, 1-1, 64% chance to make the playoffs. Corey, 4th, 0-2, hasn't got a single win yet, 46% chance to make the playoffs. Braden, bottom of the Keystone Division, bottom of the barrel. Braden in 5th place with also a record of 0-2, still a chance of 47% to make the playoffs. Basically a coin flip. No one's out of it just yet, but you better start winning some ball games there, Braden. Let's move over to the Natty Division. Also a decent beer. First, should come as no surprise, it is myself. Record of 2-0, 79% chance to make the playoffs. Second, that would be Jordy. Jordy sitting at a record of 2-0, also 79% chance to make the playoffs. Moving on. Third, Neil. 1-1, 57% chance to make the playoffs. Fourth, that would be Meat. Meat 0-2 with a 41% chance to make the playoffs. And bottom of the barrel of the Natty division, that would be the Boatman, 0-2, hasn't won a single game, 42% chance to make the playoffs. Most points scored so far in the league, that would be myself. I've scored 282.48 points. Least points scored, that would be the Boatman, 154.16 points. Most points allowed, a.k.a. worst defense, that would be Corey. He's given up a whopping 282.96 points. Everyone's just saving their best day for when they play Uncle Douche. Least points allowed, that would be Jordy.
You're an uncle too.
I am an uncle, yes. Shouts out to you, Miss Mabel. Least points allowed, that would be Jordy, 132.1 points. Great defense out of you, Jordy. Let's see if it translates into a win this week. I doubt it will. Those are the standings. Thank you again to our friends over at PenIsland.com. That is P-E-N as in pen, I-S-L-A-N-D as in island.com. For all your pen needs, whether it's gel, fountain, other ones, go to PenIsland.com. Delivered right to your door. Use code FANTASYFootball10 for 10% off your order. And if we get 10,000 views, we'll start making money. Week 3 preview. I'm going to do this quick. Week 3 preview, we have Jordy sitting at 2-0, going up against myself, sitting at 2-0. That is a real meshing of powerhouses right there. Braden, 0-2, going up against Neil, 1-1. Corey, 0-2, going up against Meat, 0-2. Someone's got to win unless they tie. That'd be like kissing your cousin, which would make sense because they are cousins. And we all know they probably kiss. Boatman, 0-2, going up against Nate, the Frenchman, 1-1. And Dilly Donuts, 2-0, going up against Moose, also 2-0. Someone's got to lose. Someone will go into week 4 undefeated. The Commissioner's Choice Game of the Week. I could pick one of the 2-0 matchups, one of the powerhouse matchups, but I'm going to pick 0-2 Corey versus 0-2 Meat, the battle of the cousins, and we'll all agree whoever wins is our favorite cousin. So, best of luck to both of you guys. Speaking of week 3, it is Thursday night. They've kicked off. Like I said, we started behind schedule. This has been an absolute disaster. We have the Dolphins traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Friendly reminder, if you're tuned in right now, that means you're invited to my house next week. Beautiful Bellevue, Kentucky, and Center Street Studios. You can come watch Thursday Night Football. I always have pizza. I always have beer. If you don't drink Keystone, it's not my problem. If you do, it's free. So come on over and watch Thursday night next week when someone plays someone else. All right, let's get to the guest. Tonight's extra special guest. We're coming to you live from his house. He is a 2-time Lombardi champion, a 1-time ankle surgery survivor. He's my former landlord, current father, currently winless. He is my buddy and yours, the Boatman. Boatman, welcome to the show.
How's it going,
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You really had to throw that winless in there.
Well,
didn't you?
Well, you win a game, I wouldn't be able to say it, but you haven't won a game, so I get to say it. Bodie, on this show, you've seen it a couple times, I imagine. This is season 3. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Go right ahead.
All right. Bodie, you drafted Joe Burrow this year to be your quarterback.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's looking like he's going to miss several months due to surgery for turf toe. So in your opinion, how many toes at minimum do you believe someone needs to play NFL quarterback?
Probably 1 3/4.
1 3/4 toes.
Yes.
You can get rid of all the toes on one side and have 1 3/4, or
yes.
you get rid of 4 and.
You need that. You can get rid of all of your left toes, and then your planting foot. You just need 1 3/4.
Okay. And I believe you because you would know you also recently had surgery.
Yes, I did.
You're kind of like Joe Burrow.
Yes.
So
I would say maybe some would say tougher.
Okay. So you both had surgery. You both work for companies based in the Cincinnati area.
Yes.
You could both throw a football maybe at least 15 yards.
Yes.
So you're very similar to Joe Burrow. You're willing to say on the record you're kind of like Joe Burrow.
Yes.
All right. Do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
Yes.
You're currently winless. And this
Correct.
week, you are pitted against Nate, who has recently traveled to France. In hopes of avoiding a catastrophic 0-3 start, who do you think specifically on your roster needs to step up so you don't start the dreaded 0-3?
Probably my quarterback, Caleb Williams, that I just picked up because I didn't have a backup.
So you're really relying on the newest member of your team.
Yes, he's been on there less than 24 hours.
Interesting. So you're putting a lot of pressure on
I hope
him.
he puts a little extra fingernail paint on there and can really spin the ball.
Okay. I think he could have a big week, or he could have a terrible week. Time will tell. Bodie, on this program, sometimes I like to have someone grade their draft. Do you mind if we go real quick? I'm going to narrow it down to 3 picks because we got football to watch.
Yes.
Your first 3 picks, do you mind grading those?
Sure.
In round 1, with the second pick, you took Bijan Robinson, running back for the Atlanta Falcons. He's currently running back 2.
Mm-hmm.
How would you grade that pick?
A+.
I think it also is an A+. I think that was an outstanding pick. Now, here's where it got shaky. In round 2, with the 19th overall pick, you took A.J. Brown, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles, I will add. He's currently the wide receiver 91. I'd expect you were maybe hoping for a little more than that with your second round pick. How would you grade that pick?
F.
I agree. It was a horrific pick so far. But the season is early. You do need some wins, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your third round pick number 22 in the draft, you took Tyreek Hill. He's a real wild card on the field and off the field. He's wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. He's playing tonight. Did you start him?
Yes.
He might have just had a catch.
That's Devon Achane.
All right. He's currently wide receiver number 25.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rate that pick in the third round?
Probably C-.
I think I'd give you a solid C because he's got potential.
He does.
He does have potential.
He's playing for child support checks at this point.
Yes, he is. Aren't we all? And fourth round and fifth round, you took Joe Burrow and David the Montgomery. I mean, Joe Burrow, it wasn't a bad pick at the time. Now it looks bad.
Yeah.
The Mont, never a bad pick. But yeah, for time's sake, we're going to just move on. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
All right.
Most of the rest are Fs anyways.
Yes. I'm gonna circle back to Bijan Robinson and A.J. Brown.
Yes.
You proposed a trade to me this week.
Yes.
What was the trade? Remind me.
I offered you Bijan Robinson and Cooper Kupp.
Okay. For
Josh Jacobs and CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
And you agreed to it.
I said I would
over the phone.
I wanted to
you
sleep
agreed.
on it.
You said send it.
I said send it so I could sleep on it.
That's not what it was.
I just don't know if it's sweet enough. You might have to sweeten the pot.
I think it's plenty sweet.
Chat, how do we feel about this trade? Anybody want to ring in? Is anyone watching? We got two listeners.
2 people.
Let's leave it up to a vote.
I would say one of them is me.
So we got one listener.
Oh, and Allison is me.
So we'll let Allison decide. Allison, we need 10,000 viewers before Penn Island starts paying me. Well, Bodie, for the sake of time, we're going to move on. But I will say it was a decent trade, but I think you might have to sweeten the pot. How about A.J. Brown instead of Cooper Kupp? That's a fair trade. If you agree to that, I'll shake on it right now live on television.
I need to do some research.
So now you need to sleep on it. I'll send you that trade request, and then you can sleep on it.
Okay.
All
but
right.
I'm not going to agree to it like you did.
Agree you'll sleep on it.
I'll sleep on it.
All right. That's progress. But do you care if I ask you just a couple more questions?
Get right ahead.
The Bills are playing tonight on Thursday Night Football.
Yes.
You, myself, and Allison will be watching together. Do you think someone might die?
No, just permanent brain damage.
All right. Rest in peace to Mar Hamlin. We're all happy you're alive. How many games do the Bengals win this year?
We are going to win.
We're 2-0.
We're 2-0. That's true. 8 games.
8.
Mm-hmm.
It's having us miss the playoffs, most likely.
Yeah,
I'm going outside.
All right. Studio audience is dwindling. Who do you think wins the Super Bowl?
The Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers. Defense wins championships. They made a big trade.
Correct.
All right. You heard it here first. Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. That is what Bodie thinks. And Bodie, I got one last question if I could ask you.
Yeah.
Who do you think hoists the Lombardi at the end of this year? Now be reasonable. You're 0-2. Your team stinks.
I know, but I'm ready to shock the world.
You're calling your shot.
I think I will make the playoffs, and I'm going to get to the championship game.
Who do you think you'll play in the championship game?
I think I will play Neil.
Neil. After last week, you still think Neil can make it?
Yes.
So you think either you or Neil will win it all?
Yeah.
Okay. Bodie, we had to speed through this a little bit. I had a couple more questions. I'm going to scrap them just for the sake of time.
You're good.
We are about a quarter of the way through the first quarter on Thursday Night Football. Bodie, you've been a gracious host, a fantastic guest, as always. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for joining me. One more time for our friend and yours, Matt Bodie. Thank you, Bodie. Easy with that foot. All right, folks. No big send-off tonight just because, I mean, the game's already on. No one's watching. Everyone that's watching is in this room. What? We got one more viewer, baby. We're so close to a big fat check from Penn Island. One more time, go check out our friends over at PEN, as in Penn, ISLAND, as in island.com for all your Penn needs. We'll be coming to you again live next week where we'll recap week 3, forecast week 4 on the Cheap Beer Fantasy Football League prior week recap, future week forecast, evening talk show. As always and forever, I have been your host, the Commish. Until next time, peace.